Um, at Central, you guys lost, didn't get in the end zone. Fast forward a week later, and you made many trips to the end zone. I think Coach said, over 300 rushing yards, over 400 all-purpose yards. Memorable game, not only I'm sure for you, but for the team. But just talk about the performance from this Saturday.
I mean, it was a great overall team performance, first and foremost. I mean, when we come out and we put up, 52 points on the offensive side of the ball, and we come out with a win. The defense made key stops coming out in the second half. They had a rough first half, but came out in the second half and really, buckled down and got into the game. So, I mean, they made a couple of key stops for us, and our offense just handled business.
What was it like for you? I'm sure you don't get tired of reaching the end zone and celebrating, but 6 touchdowns on Saturday, and I'm sure that this is something that you won't forget.
Yeah, I mean, all the guys on offense did a great job. The O-line, the receivers, quarterback, made checks, and all our guys did a great job blocking. And coaching staff, they believed in me, and we just got the job done.
Sure, Central Washington is specific, good teams, different teams, but what was the difference on Saturday prior to the week before?
I mean, it's just a game of football. Sometimes you can't win them all. We didn't come out and play our best during the Central Washington week. So, I mean, the beauty of the GMAC is we get them again this time in the Redwood Bowl at the end of the year. And against Azusa, we came out and we performed.
What was the holes in the running? I mean, I know sometimes, like in baseball, the hitter will say that the ball's huge, and for Rodex, maybe say just the holes around, or just what is that like for Rodex? Is that kind of like what it was like? They're just breaking tackles. I mean, what is that like for a running back?
I mean, our O-line does a great job of just paving the way for me. I mean, they make my job easier for sure. So, I mean, we got guys like Kappa, Josh, and Jared. They paved the way for me, and they made my job so much easier.
What was the mood like, say on Monday, coming off that first loss? Was there anything from the seniors, any leadership that kind of said, hey, it's our first loss, but now even more is, we're not going to let that, impact us and move forward?
Yeah, it was just a back-to-business thing. We knew that one loss wouldn't hurt us. I mean, it kind of set us back a little bit. No team wants to lose, but at the same time, we had to really focus up, lock in, get back to business as per usual.
6 rushing touchdowns. In your high school career, was there ever a time when you scored more than 6 in a game?
I don't remember, but I mean, 6 touchdowns is definitely a huge accomplishment. But I mean, couldn't do it by myself, of course. You got 10 other guys on the field, and they all doing their jobs, and it just makes my job easier.
I was looking at the schedule. Hard to believe that there's just 4 regular season games left. I'm sure for you that it's just flying by right now. But do you ever get a chance just to kind of take this all in right now?
You don't really have a chance to take it in because I mean, you have a couple of days, but then it's just back to business. Come Tuesday. So I mean, you have a couple of days to whatever you did the last Saturday, good or bad, look at the film and see what you did. But I mean, then next Tuesday comes, today comes, and we're just back to business. Get prepared for the next team.
A senior now, but just a little background. Just how did you get after high school? How did you get to Humboldt State? I think every player feels like D1, the biggest school, or has a school of choice. But for you, the direction that you did to come to Humboldt.
So I mean, Humboldt was really like my only main offer. So it was another school in Dakota, like University of Mary. And I took a visit over there, and it was snowing. It was freezing cold, and I was like, I don't think I want to do this every weekend. So I mean, I came on a visit to Humboldt. Coach Walsh, he brought me in, and he just texted me randomly on one day, and he brought me up here, and I liked it. I wanted to be here, so made it my home, and now we're here. 4 years later, we're here.
Now, when you were a freshman, was Lyndon still?
Nick Riccadouli was here.
Or Nick Riccadouli,
yeah,
and so, what did you learn from him? And then finally, after you kind of got that starting role and contributing, What was that like?
I mean, I came in and he was a good help. He was kind of like big brother to. It was me, myself, Richard Doctor, and a couple other running backs that came in, and he was like the only senior up there. So I mean, Jamar was up there too, but he ended up switching positions. But yeah, they kind of showed us the ropes and how things worked. And, he helped us with our playbooks and all that.
Obviously, the stats speak for themselves, but it's showing that you made the right decision to come to Humboldt. Just what you're experiencing, not only record-wise, stat-wise, but just the experience and the things that you've been able to accomplish here.
Yeah, I mean, my accomplishments here are all great, but at the end of the day, it's all just so my team helped my team to win. So I mean, everything's all good, but I really don't have time to look back at it now. Maybe a couple years from now, or at the end of the season, you can look back on it and think about all the things you do. But right now, it's just focusing on Western Oregon this week.
Excuse me. Is there ever, like a game that you guys win? The line just did an outstanding job of creating, holes, right and left. Is there a thing where it's like, hey guys, I'll carry your books to the class. I will, have a barbecue for you guys. Or anything that you do to
I mean, it's not too much, but Jared kind of pulled that on me a lot. He kind of bullies me a lot. But it's all fun and games.
The season continues this week. Western Oregon, obviously the overtime win that you guys got up there the last time. You had a game last week that both teams scored a lot of points. I'm guessing on Saturday, probably going to have another offensive game. What do you expect on Saturday?
Hopefully we come out and just do our job, do our 111, and offense steps up, defense steps up, and we make it a much easier game than it was, the previous time. Cause I think that game we came back from halftime too. So I mean, we want to make it easier ourselves. Come out first half, put our heads on fire, and just make it a lot easier on us.
How much do you feed off of the fans? At the homecoming game, obviously a huge crowd, noisy. How much do you feed off that?
When you have a packed house with all the alumni coming back, and the Redwood Bowl was filled with all the fans. So I mean, that brings the team a lot of energy and motivation to play.
Last question. Was there an NFL player, somebody that you that you idolized, or somebody just kind of took you under your wing, just somebody that you really looked up to?
Since I was little, I always watched LT, LaDainian Thompson, all the time. But I mean, Maurice Jones-Drew, similar in stature, a little bigger, but that sort of running back, Danny Woodhead, he's doing a great job too. But me being a smaller back, those are the guys you look up to.
Once the season is complete, obviously, hopefully a long season, postseason, etc. But what do you want to do after college football?
I definitely want to continue playing. Got to figure it out once the season's over with, but definitely want to continue playing football.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for coming in.
No problem. Thank you.